Okay, one more guitar to talk about, because I got a story to run here in a minute. But this is the new one. Somewhere in the, I don't know where, early 70s, late 70s, somewhere in there, Gretsch and Chet had a falling out. Or maybe Norland waved a bunch of money at him and he went over to Gibson for a while. And did some fine work with Gibson. They did a lot of interesting guitars, but they didn't quite have the charm that the Gretsch with the Filtertrons or the Dynasonics. Anyway, so after he passed, I think it was after he passed, but somewhere along there, the Gretsch company reestablished the relationship with Chet and got permission to start building Chet Atkins models again. This is the smaller body, the 16 body, like the Tennessean, but they put Filtertrons in it instead of the original, I forget, Hylotrons. Terrible pickup. So they got my favorites, the Filtertrons. But they have the tone switch, they've got the standby switch, they've got the faux F-holes. So it's kind of a cross between their entry level, and they're calling this one the Tennessee Rose, because they were usually, this one's more walnut, but the original ones had a little bit more burgundy color to them. It's just a cool piece. I like this one's got some magic going on. So same kind of tonality as the old ones, but they've cut the values of the capacitors. So there's your mid-range, and there's your bass. But that's about where the mid-range was on the old ones. So as I said, what I went into mine and I changed the capacitor here. So this is my mid-range, and then my bass is more in line with those. Not quite as muddy, and I'm trying to decide if I want to play with that more or not. It's not for the faint of heart, because you have to pull the pick cards. You gotta tie little fishing lines to the tone controls and feed them out through here and do soldering, and it was ugly. If you're in the area, I'd have Terry do it. Terry works here at the store. He's our department manager for electric guitars. He also does all our electronic work. He's very good. And he's about 20% cheaper than anybody else. Anyway, so that's pretty much a thumbnail of the Gretsch line. If you haven't played one, there's a line I like. It says, if you don't know what you don't know, you better ask somebody. You got to find yourself a Gretsch and plug into it and see if it doesn't just make your day. I always say every qualified guitar player, I mean somebody who's out making money, will have a Fender, typically a Strat, maybe a Tele, and a Gibson, typically a Les Paul, could be an SG 335, maybe a 175. So you got the humbucking tone and the Fender tone. And the really cool ones will show up with the Gretsch, which is kind of in the middle. And I have to say, every time I bring my Gretsch to a show, I get lots of compliments. I don't know what that says about my guitar playing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Jack from Guitar Showcase in San Jose, California. Stop by and see me sometime, look at our wonderful vintage room, and play some guitars. Ciao.